Mr. Kazmark, will you please call the meeting to order?
Mayor, I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council for September 19th, 2013 to order at 8:01 p.m. On roll call, Councilmember Catamagna is absent due to a work commitment. Councilmember Castiglia?
Here.
Conboy?
Here.
Pettigano?
Here.
Councilman Vancino is absent due to a family commitment. Coletti?
Here.
Mayor Mola?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Will everyone please rise for our prayer and flag salute? O God, our Father, we ask you to bless this meeting which we trust to your fatherly care and protection. Please remove all selfishness and prejudice from our hearts and plant them in a keen sense of justice and the greater love for you and our neighbor. Guide us in our deliberations so our decisions will always please you and bring peace and happiness to our community. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Whereas Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of the State of New Jersey requires the commencement of each meeting a statement by the presiding officer, now therefore be advised the meeting requirements of this meeting have been met by publishing an annual notice in the Record of Hackensack, the Herald News of Woodland Park, and by posting such notice in the office of the Borough Clerk, as well as a public place within the municipal building, and by notifying interested citizens. Said notice was posted on January 1, 2013.
Mayor, this evening, under the approval of minutes, we have the August 1st, 2013 work session, the August 15th, 2013 regular meeting, the August 22nd, 2013 special regular meeting, and the September 12th, 2013 executive session.
Motion,
So moved.
received by Mr. Coletti, second.
Second.
Mr. Pettigano, Mr. Coletti first, Mr. Pettigano second. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Excuse me, Mayor, I'd like to make a
Yes.
few comments if I may. I'm going to be abstaining on the August 22nd special meeting over the topic of the meeting that night was the grant, open space grant for recreation upgrades at English Avenue Park. There was a very lengthy conversation. I understand general minutes of a meeting are just to get some of the nuts and bolts, but I feel some of the important comments that were made and exchanges back and forth between members of the council were not included, and I did reach out to the clerk's office. They did send me the videotaping of it, but it's not been playing on the iPad for some reason. So I would like to come back at a later time and see if we can get some of those things added. Thank you.
Call the roll, please.
Mayor, through you, I believe I'm obligated at this time to state for the record that meeting minutes statutorily are required to be a summary of the actions that are taken at a council meeting. The council meeting that Councilman Conboy is referring to this evening, I was not at. It was during my family vacation during the month of August. However, the minutes as they stand, in summary, I believe are an acceptable standard, and certainly if any member of the public wishes to receive a copy of the audio recording as was provided to Councilman Conboy, that can be fulfilled through an Oprah request.
Call the roll.
I'm
All in
sorry.
favor?
I'm just sorry, Mayor, I just want to make a comment that again, to the clerk and to his staff, my concerns, there's no reflection of his staff or how they took minutes. I understand how minutes get taken, and no reflection at all. Does that at all, applies at all that the minutes in overall, most of the discussion was captured. I just believe there's a few things that should have been in those minutes that were well emphasized through it that, I feel should be covered. But it's no reflection of anyone's recapping of the minutes as far as their abilities.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Mayor, if we could do a roll call?
You could.
On roll call, Councilmember Catamagna is absent. Councilmembers Castiglia?
I'm going to abstain on the 22nd. I'll vote yes on the rest.
Councilman Conboy?
I'm going to say yes to all three except for the August 22nd. I'm going to abstain on that.
Councilman Pettigano?
Yes.
Councilman Vancino
Absent.
is absent. Councilman Coletti?
Yes.
Motion carries. Under ordinances this evening, we have Resolution 292-13, introduce ordinance 13-24 on second reading. Whereas public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance to amend the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park entitled Personnel Policies by adding a new section 9-5 to be entitled Time Due. And whereas said ordinance was introduced and passed at a meeting on Thursday, August 15th, 2013, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given the opportunity to be heard concerning same. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled an ordinance to amend the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park entitled Personnel Policies by adding a new section 9-5 to be entitled Time Due pass on final reading. Mayor will need a motion to open to the public.
You want to explain that to the public before we open?
Mayor, this ordinance was discussed over the summer by the mayor and council. This is a procedure that has been utilized by the police department for some time now, where we allow police officers to receive time due as opposed to compensatory time or overtime, primarily for training. So if they need to come in at a time other than their regular shift in order to qualify at the range or some other type of academy-type training, the chief will now officially have the opportunity to provide time due, which at no time in the future can they cash in for any type of cash payment as they can with compensatory time or as they would receive automatically with overtime.
Thank you. Motion open to the public, please.
So moved.
Mr. Coletti?
Second.
Mr. Conboy, discussion, all in favor, opposed? Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who wishes to speak on this ordinance only, please step forward. No one wishes to speak, I'll close the public portion of the ordinance. May I have a motion, please?
So
To adopt.
Second.
Oh, Mr. Pedigano, I'm sorry, Mr. Pedigano, Mr. Catamagna. I mean, Mr. Oh, geez, Castiglia.
Been going for a
Call the
while.
roll, please.
On roll call, Councilmember Catamagna is absent. Councilmembers Castiglia,
Yes.
Conboy,
Yes.
Patagano,
Yes.
Monsino is absent. Coletti.
Yes.
Motion carries. Also under second reading this evening, we have Resolution 293-13, introduce ordinance 13-25 on second reading. Whereas public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled an ordinance to amend the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park entitled Parks and Recreation Areas, and whereas said ordinance was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, August 15th, 2013, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given the opportunity to be heard concerning same. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled an ordinance to amend the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park entitled Parks and Recreation Areas pass on final reading. We'll need a motion to open to the public.
Motion open to the public, please.
So moved.
Mr. Conboy, Mr. Pedigano, all in favor, opposed, so voted. Anyone who wishes to speak on this ordinance alone? No one wishes to speak, but close the public portion. May I have a motion on the ordinance, please?
So moved.
Mr. Conboy, second.
Second.
Mr. Castiglia. Any comments? Call the roll, please.
On roll call, Councilmember Catamagna is absent. Councilmembers Castiglia?
Yes.
Conboy?
Yes.
Patagano?
Yes.
Monsino is absent. Coletti?
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, this evening under the consent agenda, we have Resolution 294-13, payment of bills, Resolution 295-13, confirmation of escrow checks, Resolution 296-13, confirmation of payroll, Resolution 297-13, adopt corrective action plan for the 2012 municipal audit, Resolution 298-13, approve development of disaster preparedness, disaster recovery plan as will be prepared by Aton Computing. Resolution 299-13, approve permit fee refunds for Lombardo Environmental Incorporated. Resolution 300-13, redeem road opening performance bonds for permit number 58-12 and 59-12. Resolution 301-13, authorize application and execute grant contract for the New Jersey Department of Transportation for boulevards, Section 6 and 7 projects. Resolution 302-13, resolution to remove open balances to correct omission of exempt status. Resolution 303-13, redeem third-party tax lien, Block 110, Lot 15. Resolution 304-13, redeem third-party tax lien, Block 506, Lot 21. Resolution 305-13, resolution authorizing LoSAP termination for VALIC. Resolution 306-13, resolution authorizing LoSAP for Lincoln Financial Group. Resolution 307-13, authorization to enter into a grant agreement for improvements to Orange Avenue. Resolution 308-13, authorize the shared service agreement for the construction official, building subcode official and zoning official in the building department with the Borough of Fair Lawn. Resolution 309-13, a resolution sponsoring the Elmwood Park Golden Agers and the Elmwood Park In-Betweeners groups for quasi-entity 3 insurance coverage through the South Bergen Municipal Joint Insurance Fund. Resolution 310-13, renew liquor license for the 2013-2014 license term. Resolution 311-13, authorized grant agreement with Bergen County for improvements to Kip Ave, Phase 4. Resolution 312-13, award improvements to Orange Avenue bid to Smith Sondy Asphalt.
Motion to adopt all the consent calendar.
So moved.
Mr. Conboy, second.
Second.
Mr. Consiglia, any discussion?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, I just want to bring to the council's attention that Resolution 312-13, bids were opened on Tuesday and tabulated and reviewed by both the municipal engineer and the municipal attorney, and I do have a recommendation letter on file from Mr. Tenkate, our borough engineer, to present this to the mayor and council this evening.
And what was the bid?
I draw your attention to the last resolution on the agenda. It would be awarded tonight, if the council votes in the affirmative on the consent agenda, to be awarded to Smith's Sonday Asphalt of Wallington, New Jersey, in the amount of $143,614.75.
Thank you.
Mayor, I have a question. Mayor. On R305-13 and R306-13, is that just a moving of the financial institution that the LoSAP monies are being held in?
That is correct, Councilman, as per the recommendation of the Chief Financial Officer.
Thank you.
Call a roll, please.
On roll call, Councilmember Catamagna is absent. Councilmembers Castiglia?
Yes.
Conboy?
Yes.
Pettigano?
Yes.
Bonsino is absent. Coletti?
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, this evening under departmental reports, we have the library minutes from May 20th, 2013, the municipal court report from June, July, and August 2013, the police department report for June, July, and August 2013, the recreation department report for July and August 2013, the recreation minutes from June 24th, 2013, and July 22nd, 2013, the Department of Public Works report for July and August 2013, and the building inspection report for June 26, 2013 through August 28, 2013.
Motion to receive and file, please.
So moved.
Conboy, second.
Second.
Castiglia, all in favor, opposed, so ordered.
Aye.
Committee reports?
Mayor, if I may, we have 2 applications. One is for the St. Leo's Home and School Association Tricky Tray Raffle, and one is for the St. Leo's Home and School 50/50.
Motion to approve, please.
So move.
Coletti, second. Pettigano, all in favor, opposed, so ordered.
Aye.
Committee reports. Mr. Conboy.
Oh, thank you, Mayor. A couple of updates to share with everybody. The Chamber of Commerce, for those that are in the audience, and everyone knows this weekend, on Sunday the 22nd, is the 5K and Kids Run. The Chamber of Commerce has been working pretty hard on this in their short term of being existence, restarting the Chamber of Commerce. It's their second annual run. They've already raised over $32,000 so far. That 4 worthy causes will use that monies to help them. And I just want to congratulate them already that they've done a fantastic job in getting ready for this event. They worked so hard with all the entities in our community. Everyone deserves a big round of applause already. You know, from the DPW, from the PBA, our police department, our high school, our Board of Education, the mayor and council, recreation, you name it, every department in our borough has worked real hard to make this very successful. There are close to 300 runners on Sunday. The police department did an excellent job getting out letters to all the homes along the route. The route is a little bit larger this year. We also encourage all the homeowners along the route to get out there and cheer on the runners as they come along. And God willing, the weather will hold out and they'll have a great morning. So I just want to congratulate all of them on that. Also, stay tuned. The Chamber is also working on a EP cleanup. They want to do some cleaning up around along the River Road. They're going to be reaching out and working with our community leaders here in town, our recycling coordinator in the mayor's office, They also are reaching out to the county, since River Road is a county road, and that strip is really county property. And as we continue to hear, all of our governmental offices are strapped for cash and don't have the bodies themselves to maintain some of these areas. The Chamber of Commerce is putting a big push behind all this. They'll send out notices and so forth to get all the residents involved, as well as all of our in-town organizations that I mentioned before, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, all of the school learning institutions for students who maybe need to do community service hours. They're doing a nice, their concept is to work with the local police, the county police, the county itself, and the mayor and council and everyone to maybe on a Sunday morning close part of the county road to that way they can move around and ensure everyone's safety. And from there, they want to work on some of the state properties that are owned when you come into town. Again, the state, anyone who drives along Route 80, you can see for yourself. One time, the grass was all nice and trimmed back. Now it's right up near the guardrail. They just don't get out anymore. They don't have the resources to maintain it or the budget with the 2% cap and so forth. So here in town, when they do come, we all see what happens. They chew it up. It gets spit around. So the chamber is going to put a big effort into getting those areas cleaned up. So get involved as well with that. I just want to congratulate everybody down at the recreation. Some of the commissioners are here in the audience tonight. Our rec director. A lot of awesome things are going on down there. Soccer is underway. They've been planning for months to get ready for the basketball season. They have a lot of great things ready for that. And their gym rats, floor hockey will be starting up soon. And they're very excited about that. So everyone get involved. There's plenty to do. The seniors are very happy. Last Friday, we had a ribbon cutting, open new gym floor ceremony. Everybody was invited. I don't know if it's going to work. It didn't make the community news, Mayor. I guess we didn't. You didn't send in that get that executive call to get the cover. But I don't know if it's going to work on the iPad or not. But we did put it on NJ.com. Catherine did a little story on it. Did it make it in there? Well, you got the mayor. He's cutting that ribbon there, ready for the jump ball. So the floor looks awesome. Go check it out. Just another great addition of all the hard work they've been doing over the last couple of years. The gym floor started as a conversation probably a year and a half ago. And, you move slowly. You have to investigate and make sure everything is ready to go. I also want to commend Ms. Pugliese on things that she's working on for the future with the commission on other areas that they want to concentrate here in town. So, thank you, Mayor. That's all I have.
Thank you. The good-looking gentleman on my right is not Councilman Borsino. It's our attorney, Mr. Brian Giblin. You have any report, Mr. Giblin?
Thank you, no.
You just want to be on television
I just
today.
want to be here, that's all.
We appreciate that.
At least somebody does.
Mr. Castiglia.
Yes, Mayor, I've been kind of detached for the last couple of weeks. I missed a couple of meetings. I'm back now, but I'd like to report progress, and we'll get you next month with a good report.
Thank you. Everything's coming along okay?
Everything's coming along fine, Mayor. Thank you.
Once a Marine, always a Marine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just like to make a comment. I went on vacation, took a couple books with me, and one of them was on our war in Vietnam. And, of course, Councilman Castiglia did some service there and as a Marine. And I wrote down all the questions in the book, and I brought them back. And when I got home, I called him up, and I asked him certain questions just to see if he is telling us all the right information. And he certainly was. And really is a difficult situation. When I read the book, I said, my God,
He was testing.
I'm glad it was Larry, not me. Mr. Pedagano.
Thank you, Mayor.
May I say something first? Typical teacher, always testing.
He was testing me.
Well, I wanted to know if what he was telling us was really what happened, and
What did he get? An A+, or?
he got an A+. Everything. I even asked him a couple questions tonight.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. Mr. Pedagano, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thank you, Mayor. We had a pretty quiet health department over the summer, but they're starting up now again with flu shots on September 20th for adults 18 years or older. In the courtroom right here in the municipal building, it's $25 per person, and it's free if you have proof of Medicare Part B. And that is about all I have to say about that. But I would also just want to add a little something. Us Democrats went around and handed out a letter a couple weeks ago, and I just wanted to apologize in public for a mistake we had made. And the mistake was using municipal stationery, and we campaigned slightly off of it. And being a rookie and nobody catching me, and we made a bit of a mistake there. And I just wanted to apologize. We will be much more careful in the future and much more diligent in making sure we don't make these kinds of mistakes again. And I apologize again. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Coletti?
Welcome back, Larry.
Thanks.
It's good to see you.
Thank you.
And Tom and the Board of Rec, I want to commend them.
Excuse me, I was away half the month of August. Do I get a welcome back? No. Larry went for a little procedure, right? A little procedure, 1 day. Thank you, Robert. I know I'm welcomed back.
Next time, Mayor. I'll remember that. I'd like to commend the Board of Rec and Mr. Conboy on their efforts with that floor inside the gymnasium. It looks splendid. And the color coordination, the room looks very nice, very nicely done. Today, the school district administration hosted a tour of the recent improvements that were made to the schools, specifically the auditorium and the hallways. They looked clean and bright. We had students that accompanied the tour, and they were very appreciative of the efforts that were put forth, along with the dignitaries that were present. To name a few, you had Dr. Tomko, Superintendent, Senator Poe, 35th District, Mayor Mola, Councilman Caramagna, myself, school board members Jenny Freitag, Stephen Saccone, and Kathleen Palagano. If I missed anybody, I apologize. But it's moments like this, people pulling together to rid this district of the negative connotations it has been engulfed in, are just what the district needs. Let it continue. Regarding our fire department, some of you might know that there was a house struck by lightning on 13th Ave. Although a large number of our department were at their annual fire convention, backup mutual aid kicked in to help our department. The fire was contained quickly. One of the firemen was taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation and then released, and he's doing fine. Kudos to our fire department's administration for having good contingency plans in place when a good number of their staff was away. The mayor had asked me to remind our fire chief about our yearly washing down of the 4 underpasses to eliminate bird droppings. Fire Chief Scott Mutel said this wasn't a problem, and Mayor, he is on it, and that concludes my report.
Thank you. I was reluctant to ask that question because a year or two ago, the state came in and put up these traps, so to speak, they're little spikes, and they run on a wire to keep the pigeons away from landing under the overpasses that we have. And I guess when they do land, part of them sticks out, and we do have droppings. So it wasn't a complete success. I hope it improves later on. We have to teach those birds what to do and where to do it. But thank you for that, okay? I have a couple, you finished?
Yes.
I have a couple items, just to inform everyone here and anybody who watches on the TV or on the website. The Violations Department, Elmwood Park's Violations Department submitted 50 notices. You might remember that we were the first community in the state to go out and try to get an outside company to catch people who have tickets and they're scofflaws. Now, they will have to pay the fine, and then they will have to pay 22%.
Correct.
Addition to the company that brings them in. So we have $267,000 that's outstanding. And if they catch everybody, we are in $267,000, and the company's in 22% of everything they bring in. So it's just starting. I would strongly recommend if people from out of town are watching this, that they should get their town to do the same thing, because if they're a scofflaw here in Elmwood Park, they're probably scofflaws anywhere in North Jersey or Passaic County or anywhere else. So that's a good plus for us, and I'll try to keep you informed as to how much we've collected through this sum. We had the resolution awarding a bid for Orange Avenue to pave it. We received a $172,000 grant. Councilman Castiglia and I went to the meeting of the community development, and we got $172,000. No attachments, just a grant to us. Now, if it came in at $143,000, we're going to make every effort we can to see if we can use that money, since it was dedicated for Elmwood Park, to do something else within our community in relation to roads, or maybe added on to what we're going to be trying to do, what we're going to do for the flooding on Kip Avenue. This would give us additional money to extend that project. If I can elaborate on that just for a minute, and I've done that in the past, we've completed and all the new culverts, every culvert we have has been replaced with a new, larger culvert. So now what we're doing is from Kip Ave, which is the last street in Elmwood Park toward Garfield, we are moving down south to Garfield, through Garfield, to try to get to the large 12-foot culvert that they have there. It's a big tunnel that goes through out to the Passaic River. The water from Fleischer Brook no longer goes through Garfield. It goes into this tunnel and goes right out to the Passaic River. We're trying to link up now with Garfield to extend that so that we have greater flow. And I do want you to know, and the council already knows, that we will be working with Garfield, and they will hopefully help us with some finances through community development to finish that and finally go all the way through to Garfield, and that will eliminate a major portion of any flooding that happens in the area. The gym floor, as Councilman Conboy has indicated, looks excellent. I think people and the kids are really going to be surprised when they see it. It's an excellent job. Also in the recreation center, we did contact the county, and I spoke to Noreen Best, who is in charge of this department, and we are going to get $25,000 to refurbish and replace all the cabinets that are in the recreation center to feed senior citizens. We have cabinets there, and the seniors have their daily lunch or brunch there. So we've received $25,000 to do that. If it comes in at less than $25,000, we have to return whatever is covered. But I certainly appreciate that. And the last item, if you have a neighbor, and I've been questioning a couple people about this, if you have a neighbor who decides that he wants to put his garbage out on Sunday morning instead of Sunday evening, please remind them that we do have a law in town indicating that any garbage that has to be collected on Monday should be put out in the evening and not all day Sunday. It really is a situation where people have relatives coming into town and so forth, and there's no reason why the garbage has to be out early on Sunday morning, people going to church and so forth. So if what I'm saying belongs to somebody that's watching, please don't put your garbage out until later in the day, okay? I think that's it. So we've done well. We've done $172,000, $25,000, and what we're doing in the gym, bringing in a lot of money. Anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard? If you wish to be heard, please step up, give your name and address, and ask your question.
Good evening, Joe Dombrowski, 274 Lincoln Avenue, Elmwood Park, New Jersey. Larry, I welcome you back. I'm glad to see you sitting there.
Thanks.
I'd like, a couple weeks ago, Mr. Mayor, welcome back from your
Thank you.
vacation as well.
Thank you.
Mr. Giblin, if you took a vacation, I welcome you back as well.
I haven't, but thank you anyway.
Well, on your next one, just remember I said it. So, I'd like to bring to the attention that a couple weeks ago I did walk the Cherry Hill Park, and I know that during one of the sessions here, we brought to light some issues at Cherry Hill Park. Well, two Sundays ago, not this past Sunday, the Sunday before, I walked it with the residents after it's been cleaned up, and I just wanted to say they're very thankful that it's been addressed. They're very thankful that somebody's now looking at it, okay? And, but they did also say that it's not exactly enough. I mean, it is cleaned up. They did remove the table that was all damaged and burned, but, you know, it still needs to be further taken a look at. Also, 6 weeks ago, I came up here and I asked about if somebody would please contact the DOT about making the dotted line going to the left turn on Boulevard and Route 46. I was just curious if anybody made a phone call to the DOT and asking if they could do the dotted line for the left-hand turn.
Through you, Mayor, I did have that communication with Debbie Hur. I did not receive a response, but we'll follow up.
Okay. And just lastly, we have you know, we're September now, and we've had snow in October. Just like to know what the progress is on the signage that's going to go on the streets, because those orange signs that were put up last year, 3/4 of them are probably gone. I know the one in front of my house and most of them on my street are gone. Do we have a plan to put up any new ones before the winter comes, or are we going to have an issue?
That will be done. They'll be replacing those signs.
Okay. Well, I thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else who wish to be heard?
Good evening, Dan Goldbeck, 44 Godwin Ave. Just two issues I want to speak about. There's been a lot of talk about the library board and the surplus they have to extend the library and whatnot, the surplus they've accumulated over the years. I don't frequent the library, but I was there a few times the last month, being a student in college now. My opinion is that before a library wants to expand the children's room, build extra floors, something as simple as having wireless connection, Wi-Fi, is something that the council definitely needs to push the library board on. I know at a work session the excuse was that we can't filter it because maybe someone might be looking at something inappropriate and someone might see it. I think that if that's their best reason, then it's very far-fetched. You can have the largest kids area in the whole county if you don't have basic wireless connection for residents who have so many web-based, you know, work from school, from their career. If you can't even provide Wi-Fi, then it's an ineffective library, in my opinion. So that's just something I'd like.
That'll be brought up at the next meeting.
Please bring it up. Also, when you take Route 4 West and you know, you have the fork going to Broadway, 208, when you stop at a light in Fair Lawn, they have the American flags on every utility pole, and it's a really nice sight to see. I don't know if it's the borough of Fair Lawn that does it. I don't know if it's the Broadway Improvement Organization they have there. But it's a really nice beautification project they have there. They don't have it all year, but it's something that I think we should think about maybe instituting in Elmwood Park. It looks really nice for that 1.5, 2 mile stretch, and if we can consider doing something to our part of Broadway, it would definitely beautify it and go a long way, just visually. So
Thank you.
That's all. Thank you.
Anyone else? No one else wishes to be heard? I'll close the public portion of the meeting, and we'll sing to each other, I guess. It's a short meeting. So, may I have them, first of all, wait a minute, wait. If you're watching on television, cable, channel 77, Tuesday 12 noon, Thursday 4 p.m., Friday 11 a.m. I'll repeat that, channel 77, cable, 12 noon on Tuesday, Thursday 4 p.m., Friday 11 a.m., or you can watch it on our own website. So thank you for coming, and may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Mr. Conboy.
Second.
Mr. Pettigano. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered.